So Destiny's wife, Melina, who is this woman right here, who is married to this woman right here, ended up going on to the Saucecast podcast, who is hosted by Adam Sosnick, and they did a collaboration with Fresh and Fit, and I thought it was quite interesting.
Shout out to Destiny. If Destiny was broke and 300 pounds, would you be in love with him and married him?
I would be in love with him, yes.
Bullshit.
I mean, you could say that, but I mean, it's...
Okay, to be fair, I do believe Melina when she states that if Destiny was to go broke and lose all his money, she would probably stay alongside with him because she truly does love him. And even Adam recognizes that.
I'm not saying
yes.
that if he lost his money now and something happened to him now, you'd stick by your man. Respect, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so I just kind of wanted to settle that. Now, he ends up proposing the same question, but this time he rephrases it. And I did not like Melina's answer. Not one bit.
If you met Destiny and he was 300 pounds and he had 0 subscribers on YouTube and he's like, I'm going to be a gamer, you would have not given him a second chance.
Of course I would. Because there are things. I like him for his opinions.
So pretty,
I like him for the
you're
way he
capping,
is,
beautiful.
his humor.
Okay.
I like him for his intelligence. That's the things that I love him for.
You really expect me to believe that if you did not know this person and he was 300 pounds, you would agree to it? To me, it just does not align with who she is as a person. She is a person who loves to work out. She's into fitness and stuff like that. You're really gonna go for a guy who is about like 300 pounds? I don't know. It just does not make sense to me. Now, of course, I had to go and get Destiny's responses because he also watched the live, and I think it's only fair for him to respond as well since this is his wife.
Melina, if you're married to Destiny, shout out to Destiny. If Destiny was broke and 300 pounds, would you be in love with him?
I would be in love with him, yes.
Well,
I hate that Adam conflates these. It is the most disingenuous thing ever. Broke and 300 pounds imply two totally different things, right? Broke, especially considering where I'm at now, implies like a whole level of lifestyle change, of being unsuccessful, of being demotivated, of all these things. They could, or it could just imply that I ran out of money. Being 300 pounds implies a dramatically different change in lifestyle and everything too. Like, it's like, why not? What if we were just average?
Now, I do agree with Destiny. I feel like Adam should have chosen a hypothetical where it's more of an average person rather than a 300-pound person. That would make more sense, and that would make more people relatable to that hypothetical. After all, how many people are 300 pounds, you know? But nonetheless, Melina did fall for the trap, and now this trap made way for Myron to step in, and Myron just completely demolishes her.
I mean, the reality is you left the guy that you were with before for Destiny because Destiny had more status, he had more clout. If we're going to be all the way 1,000 here, this is what I mean. Myron, this is what I mean when...
See, and it sucks because now he's going to go on personally because of the guys that Melina was with before she met me. But like, you can argue that it's because of a status or wealth thing if you want to make that argument. But the reality is that compared to either of those two guys she was with at that point, I also have more drive. I have more passion. I'm doing more with my life. Like, I'm markedly living a different style of life than both of them.
Of course, Destiny just kind of made Myron's point. Given Melina's past, it almost seems like that's the case. That's the impression I get.
What I'm saying is that Destiny was able to take you from that male because he was better in some regard.
Not because of his money and not because of his success.
He had more potential. Remember I said the whole shovel thing? Maybe he had a smaller shovel at that point, or you had a smaller shovel at that point, but you saw the potential and you're like, you know what? I can invest with this guy.
That's not how I felt at all, though.
That is absolutely insane. So Melina saying that it wasn't because of his success or whatever the case is. When you talk to Destiny, Destiny had about like what 100K subscribers during that time. That does not make sense. It's not leading me down towards the path of you being this sincere person. No, it's leading me down a path where you left your man, your ex-man, who's Max, to go with Destiny. And honestly, here's the thing. I would not blame this girl because, dude, like how often do you get like somebody like an influencer to drop right on your lap? And what's crazy is that this was the finishing blow for Melina.
Say one thing, but they do another.
I mean, you can tell me over and over again how I feel. I'm telling you the truth. Do you want to believe it or not?
No, I'm going off your actions on how you feel because feelings change, but the actions are there.
So,
hold on.
That wasn't even a fatality. That was a brutality. He didn't even block. He took everything, he dodged it, and he just beat you with style, Melina. And the thing is that Destiny ends up coming out with some rebuttal too in an earlier clip, but I kind of cut it up. He talks about how he brought home Melina. He wasn't successful. They were living in a one. I'm gonna let him explain it.
And it's not just because of my money. Like when she started dating me, like it's not like I'm living life as a millionaire. Like Melina never got with me to gain access to my wealth, We never did anything. Like, I wasn't taking her on yachts. We weren't like flying first class to exotic countries in the world. Like, when Melina came with me, because now Myron's argument is that she got with me because I was richer than Max. Melina's life with Max was driving in a van around New Zealand, exploring different parts of a beautiful country every single day of her life. When she came with me, it was being stuffed upstairs in my 1-bedroom fucking not studio apartment, a loft apartment in fucking Glendale, where Melina almost got a job working at H&M because she was so fucking bored every day, right? So the idea that she got with me for the wealth and status, that is not, I wasn't living in a fucking penthouse going on a yacht every day. That's absolutely not true.
You see, but the problem with that anecdote is that we don't know. There's no trail, there's no evidence. I couldn't find anything on it. But you know what we do have evidence of? The man. You see, Melina left a trail, and if we follow the trail, then we can get to the bottom of this. Not completely, but there are clues that can get us closer to an answer. So what I ended up finding was that she still has her Instagram, and she still has photos from 2016 when she took pictures with Max, who is this individual here, who used to be her ex-boyfriend before she met Destiny. Now, she's been with him, at least from what it looks like, since 2016. Which means that when she met Destiny, they were together for about 3 years or 2.
How'd you guys meet?
So I was watching his YouTube stuff, like 2018, I think, like because it was the Swedish election around that time and I was interested in politics. And then I think he said in one of his videos that he had an Instagram and that he needed people to stop DMing him that wasn't cutie pies. And then I messaged him and said, am I a cutie pie? And then you replied in like 2 minutes.
And from the looks of it, it seems like she was the one who contacted you. And then when you went over to go see her, I mean, you guys were quite touchy-feely, you know what I mean?
I'm babysitting these 2 guys because they're very drunk. So I'm trying to make sure that they become sober, right? Mm-hmm. You want to be sober? Okay.
Listen, man, it's unfortunate because Max seems like he really wants to be a person of interest. And now with that being said, you truly do believe that she didn't leave Max to be with you because you had perhaps drive, like you mentioned, and extra resources that she could definitely utilize to her own advantage? I mean, it doesn't even have to be hypergamous, as like a lot of these red pillars like to say. This could have just been a motive that was just hers intentionally, not even because she wanted to upgrade a man. But at the end of the day, I think that to some degree she probably did leave Max to be with you because there was some sort of opportunity for her. Perhaps that's the case, you know, we don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case because obviously somebody who is 19, 20 years old, I mean, they have somewhat of a superficial outlook of life. I remember being that age too and just thinking that having a hot girl was everything. That was the perfect match, when in reality it wasn't. I mean, what would you do if, you know, you were presented with an opportunity that fell in your lap? If an influencer came to you and asked you out, if it was a woman or a guy that wanted to, I don't know, have some sort of connection with you, maybe even a deeper connection with you, I mean, would you take it? They have money. According to Destiny, he didn't have money during that time, but I mean, he had about like 100,000 subscribers during that time, and Vosh was becoming a person all thanks to Destiny's community.
Okay, it was probably around the time where you were getting a lot of lefties through your community and you were really like thinking about that they would go too far.
Maybe that was, I think that was still when Hassan and Vosh were both in my community.
Exactly.
So for him to say that he didn't have any money, I just don't believe that. But again, if you want to take his word for it, go ahead. But it just, to me, it just doesn't really make sense. But I mean, for all I know, I could be wrong. Yeah, so before I end the video, I want to go ahead and leave you guys with these reactions from Sneeko and Zerka reacting to that whole situation with Max, Destiny, and Melina. So yeah, enjoy that part. And yeah, man, that's all I got for you guys. And hopefully you guys learned something today.
Hello, street.
You've never Googled me? Yeah. Damn.
Yo,
come on the stream. Come on the stream. No. Look, he's wearing a cardigan and he's laughing, but it's actually pain and tears and sorrow. He knows what's happening, right? He's in the presence of a blue alpha, the worst.
Close the door to the bedroom. You know, guys, I'm gonna sleep.
When they say
Wait, they just went to the bedroom.
I told you it gets dark. And Steven doesn't even know he exists anymore now that he's in his girlfriend.
Stop. Actually, today I'm a real cock. you know?
Oh! Bomboka!